Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my clubhouse family. I see you over there, D'Angelo. I'll bring you up to the stage. I heard that when you keep people on the stage, that that's how your algorithms work. Hey, my YouTube family. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You're watching me right here on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hey, Don, I see you, family. Hit that like button. Hit that notification button. Hit the subscribe button and share, y'all. It is Thursday afternoon, June the 10th. And you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is Keeping Up with Congress, y'all. Keeping Up with Congress. Ooh, wee, what a day. What a day here in beautiful sunny Georgia. We are here. We are live. You know, I come to you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Clubhouse, right here on YouTube. But I come back over to the Clubhouse space and where we chop it up, we have a discussion, we talk about the issues, we bring each other up to speed. So if you're not on Clubhouse, please join us over there. Please join us over there. Hey, family, I see you over in the YouTube world. I see you. All right, I am sharing my screen. I found some very interesting information. You know, I always like to bring you reparations information. So there was this young lady on TikTok, y'all. TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. I don't really even know what the TikTok is. Not something I really want to do. So I hope that it won't be encouraged. But listen to this.
Reparations and who doesn't. Again, it's 2021. Not every black person is a descendant of a slave, and not every descendant of a slave is black. And not every person who was a slave was black. And are we talking about slaves who were freed when the war ended, or slaves who were freed maybe even decades after the first slave ships arrived? In a lot of the northern states, slavery ended just after the Revolutionary War. But I digress. Reparations as the first step to healing? The first step to healing is forgiveness. If the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, well, they don't deserve forgiveness, sit down, let me learn you a thing or two. Time heals all wounds, but if you have a wound that hasn't healed, it's probably because you're still picking at it. If you fill your heart with bitterness, there's no room for joy, there's no room for peace. Holding on to bitterness is bondage, and many of y'all have chained yourself to the dead. Even worse, some of y'all have passed that bitterness down to your children. Forgiveness isn't for that other person, it's for you. It's to set you free. I'm seeing a lot of talk about reparations on TikTok, Twitter.
So y'all, this was old girl on TikTok, and here she is on Fox News to further explain her dismantling. That's what they're calling it here on Fox News. Dismantles reparations.
For a video that picks apart the argument for reparations. Listen.
I'm seeing a lot of talk about reparations on TikTok. It's 2021. How are we to determine who gets reparations and who doesn't? Reparations as the first step to healing? The first step to healing is forgiveness.
That video has been viewed over 100,000 times, and joining me now to discuss is the woman who posted it, Savannah Edwards. Savannah, thanks for being here. Why did you choose to make this video?
Why did I choose to make this video? It was kind of heartbreaking to me to see so many people think that in order for us to receive any kind of healing from the past, that we needed financial compensation from the government.
Okay.
So I just wanted to speak out on that.
One of the common refrains in support of reparations was articulated by one Tulsa pastor who writes, quote, "I think we cannot have true reconciliation and healing without reparations. Reparations are a biblical form of reconciliation and healing. I just hope that our elected officials have the courage to do what they know I feel is right." What's a better alternative to reparations in your estimation? Again, you're a follower of Christ. This pastor is a follower of Christ.
I think as a pastor, you're responsible for your flock, your congregation. Your job is to preach the word of God to them. And if you're not preaching that forgiveness is the first step to any kind of healing, you're leading your flock astray. So before we even talk about forcing people who weren't even alive back then to pay for the sins of the dead, we need to start taking care of our own healing. And the first step to that is forgiveness.
In response to your TikTok, one TikTok user commented the following: "Why should I forgive them for the way they look down and continue to look down on my people?" Again, continuing with this concept of forgiveness. What's your response?
People are going to say all kinds of things about you. You can't control what other people do. You can't control what other people say. You can only control your response. The only person you have control over is you. No one else is responsible for your healing. You have to take those first steps. And as unfair as that may sound, that's just the truth.
Along these lines, you also have stated that you do not support critical race theory. Why?
I understand the intention behind critical race theory, the intent to want to teach our young people about racism and how it has affected our society. But I think what it does is it teaches white kids that they're inherently superior and they should feel bad about it. And it teaches young Black children that they're inherently disadvantaged. And I think the last thing the Black community needs right now is for children to grow up thinking they're disadvantaged. That just sets us all backwards.
Savannah Edwards, look, I think we'd all be naive to think that there is not racism in this world, but I find your perspective on all of this absolutely fascinating. It's going to be interesting to see where our society goes. Do they follow Savannah Edwards or do they follow critical race theory? We will see. And we'll have you back. Savannah Edwards, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord. Whose sister, cousin, friend? Whose family is this? Whose family is this? Whose family is this? Somebody get your cousin, your sister, somebody family. I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is, but Lord, she needs some education on reparations. Somebody need to find that girl, give her a book to read. Let her start reading her history because she is lost over on Fox News. We're talking about there's a better alternative, and it's forgiveness. I forgive you, but cut the damn check. Cut the check. You owe me a debt that's owed to my people. Y'all, I don't know whose sister, cousin, friend, family this is, but I pray somebody find her, pull her to the side, and don't let her get back on nobody's channel talking about reparations, making us look bad because she's uneducated herself, as articulate as she is. You could tell she's been raised well. She speaks well, but we need her to get a book. Get a book, sister, and know your history. Get an economist to tell you how much we're owed, because America gonna have to cut the check. They're gonna have to cut the check. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. I just wanted to bring you that, because when I saw that, I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, what do we do with her? Oh, I see you over here, Clubhouse family. I see you, YouTube family. She says, why do people think that forgiveness means not making amends for the wrongs done? It's strange. I see you. I see you. Absolutely say it. Over here in the YouTube space, Robert says, do those survivors not deserve justice? Was God not a just God? You better say it. Don't make us pull out the Bible and the word. God is a just God. He's an on-time God. And those victims that have lived to be here 100 years to tell the story, cut the check. Cut the check. Oh, yes. Say it, family. Say it. Yes. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, y'all. I just thought, I don't want to laugh at her. I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at the fact that, she's got a long way to go. And there's a lot of people that think like that. And those of us who are reparationists, we get it. It just shows the work that we have to do that's ahead of us. We got to keep educating our own, pulling our folks to the side. She's a smart girl, and I think she will catch on quick. I just think somebody need to grab her immediately and don't let her get back on Fox News and let these people run her through the ringer like she's speaking for Black people, because she not. She not. All right, y'all. Keeping Up with Congress. It is time for Keeping Up with Congress. My spiel. Go to the website. tamaraforgeorgia.com. Make a donation. I know how we need to do it. Make it monthly if you need to make it monthly. But we got to start saving. We got to be prepared for what's coming down the pike. I will be making a formal announcement on this coming next week Friday, not this Friday, next week Friday, the 18th. Y'all, let me turn my light on. It's getting a little cloudy around here in Georgia. It's been raining off and on. It's about to rain all over again. You hear it? So yeah. Yep. We're at the rally at the Georgia State Capitol, at the rally, Liberty Plaza, at the Capitol, Friday the 18th for the Reparations and Justice Rally. 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Be there. We have phenomenal speakers. I am one of them. And I told you that I will make my formal announcement for our candidacy to the United States Senate. This is not a race that I'm running alone. This is our candidacy. The same way we get there, we're going to have to work to stay there. We're going to have to, I told you, negotiate to get reparations. They're not going to just give it to us. So this is why I do Keeping Up with Congress Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. I bring you about 10 bills. I know it's a lot, but they're interesting. I want us to get interested in reading policy and reading legislation, because I'm going to trust y'all to, what happened over in Clubhouse? Did they kick me out? Clubhouse playing games. Let's see what happened. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Clubhouse kicked me out, y'all. Don't play. This actually, I was on Clubhouse earlier doing the same thing. I'm not sure what's going on. A little glitchy today. But we are keeping up with Congress. I told you that when we get there, I'm gonna lean on you guys to help read these bills, help stay abreast. You know, of course there'll be a staff, but we're gonna stay on it, doggone it. Y'all not sending me to Congress to do this work by myself. We are gonna do this work, and we're gonna work collectively, because these legislators across the country have to know that we are a force to be reckoned with. I might be from the state of Georgia, but my constituents are all over these United States, and I represent those of you who want to see reparations happen. So we're going to have to push from every state to get every legislator across this country to put their name on our bill. So we going to Washington. Don't you ever say I'm going. I'm going to remind you, we going to Washington, y'all. Keeping Up with Congress. We're at the quarter of the hour. So let's dive in to HR 856. HR 856 is the Omar Act. The Omar Act. This is Representative Thomas Tiffany. He's a Republican out of Wisconsin. This bill prohibits the use of campaign funds to compensate the spouse of a candidate or an individual holding federal office. It also requires disclosure of payments made to spouses or immediate family members. Y'all see, let me tell y'all how these folks is getting rich. Like, this is how, when you send them to Congress, you're like, how do these people get rich? They are enriching themselves by compensating their spouses out of their campaigns. And I looked it up, because I'm like, okay, this is a Republican. I told you we see a lot of bills in some key areas. We see a lot of abortion bills, a lot of bills for veterans, immigration, national security, gun legislation, and the streamlining of these processes. And this is one of those. One of these streamlining bills. I ain't mad at this Republican, Thomas Tiffany, out of Wisconsin. Listen to what he says, the reason why he introduced this bill. This is the Oversight. OMAR stands for Oversight for Members and Relatives Act, the OMAR Act, which would put an end to the practice of candidates for office tapping into their campaign accounts to enrich their spouses. See, this is how they're getting rich. See, this is why we got to keep up with Congress. Ooh, they done kicked me out this room again on Clubhouse. Ooh, I don't know what's going on with Clubhouse. It's glitchy today. Clubhouse family, if you want to come up on the stage, please come up on the stage. It keeps the algorithms. I'm trying to learn how to use this Clubhouse app, but if you want to come up on the stage, raise your hand. I'll be with you in about 13 minutes. Again, the Omar Act, this legislator says, far too long, lawmakers of both political parties have engaged in the ethically dubious practice of pocketing campaign funds by hiring their spouses and laundering the money as campaign-related expenses. This is Representative Tiffany. He goes on to talk about the loopholes that allow members of Congress to funnel campaign funds to their spouses. And he says it's despicable and it erodes the trust in our government. This is Representative Gallagher. There's simply no logical reason for allowing this practice to continue. I'm proud to join Representative Tiffany in this common sense effort to ensure members can't profit off of running for Congress. Goes on to say it's outrageous and inappropriate for members of Congress to convert campaign donations to personal funds in this way. Tiffany added, it feeds public's perception of corruption, undermines public trust in Congress, and must come to an end. Regardless of political party, we should all be able to agree that running for political office shouldn't be a part of a family enrichment scheme. Ooh, he's diving in. concluded Tiffany. Passing the Omar Act will help restore public confidence in Congress and stop politicians from effectively pocketing their campaign funds. Here's some background. It says Fox News reported how an incumbent House member from Minnesota took advantage of this loophole, paid nearly $2.8 million to her husband's political consulting firm so far in the 2019-2020 election cycle, including nearly 70% of her third quarter disbursements. Y'all, keeping up with Congress. So you see how they do it. I just want you to know this is what these folks is doing. Tom Tiffany, he ain't playing. Republican out of Wisconsin. He ain't playing. Keeping up with Congress. HR 857 is Iranian Arms Transfer Prevention Act of 2021, the Iranian Arms Transfer Prevention Act of 2021. This bill requires the president to impose certain property and visa blocking sanctions on persons determined to be involved in arms transfer to or from Iran. So this is Representative Don Bacon. Don Bacon, he's a Republican out of Nebraska. Representative Don Bacon. HR 858. HR 858 is the Donna M. Doss Memorial Act of 2021. This is Representative Arrington, Jody Arrington, Republican out of Texas. This bill designates the Rock Springs Station of the U.S. Border Patrol located on West Main Street in Rock Springs, Texas, as the Donna M. Doss Border Patrol Station. So I had to look it up. Who was Miss Donna Doss? And on February the 2nd of 2019, Border Patrol agent Donna Doss responded to a request for assistance from a Texas Department of Public Safety trooper regarding a suspected illegal alien. After effecting the arrest of the subject at mile marker 276 on Interstate 20 near Ty, Texas, Agent Doss was struck by a passing vehicle. She succumbed to her injuries at the scene. So this is a memorial to the Border Patrol agent, Donna M. Doss. This is HR 858. Jody Arrington, Republican out of Texas. HR 859. HR 859 is the Protecting American Energy Jobs Act. Protecting American Energy Jobs Act. This is Representative Boebert, Lauren Boebert, Republican out of Colorado. Look this one up. She mad at Joe Biden. Mad at Joe Biden. This one is about, goes on to talk about the background to this bill. The Biden administration has waged an all-out attack on responsible energy production and fossil fuels. This president is pursuing ideological and partisan policies contained in the Green New Deal to try to kill off the oil and gas industry. President Biden has unilaterally imposed multiple executive orders that threaten millions of jobs and responsible energy production. One of Biden's unlawful executive orders imposed an indefinite ban on all new oil and gas leasing on federal lands and in federal waters. Another executive order canceled the permit for the Keystone XL pipeline and imposed other job-killing mandates that explicitly targeted fossil fuels. His Interior Department's secretarial order imposed a 60-day halt on all oil and gas drilling and permitting, as well as mining plans. The Protecting American Energy Jobs Act repeals Biden's job-killing executive mandates, ensures reliable and affordable energy supplies for future generations, and fosters economic growth and job creation in rural communities. Sounds like she's bought off by the oil and gas industry. This is a strong, this is pretty strongly written here. Sounds like she is bought off. Somebody then put some money in her campaign coffer from the oil and gas industry. Lauren Boebert, HR 859, y'all. Keeping up with Congress. Know the players, know the game, because we will not get reparations without negotiation. So we got to know who we dealing with. HR 860, HR 860. We got about 5 more bills to go. I'll be over in the clubhouse space in about 7 minutes. HR 860. Here's a good one. You must be alive to vote, Act of 2021. You must be alive to vote, Act of 2021. Some dead people must be voting, y'all. This is Representative Brian Babin, Republican out of Texas. This bill requires each state, in order to receive certain education and transportation funds, to annually certify that the state has an agreement with the Social Security Administration to share death information for the purpose of removing the names of ineligible voters from the official list of eligible voters. Y'all, some dead people voting. He says some dead folks is voting, and he want to take care of it and clean this up. These are streamlining. I told you, abortion, veterans, immigration, national security, gun legislation, and streamlining these processes. Those are the areas where we see our bills, where we see the majority of our bills. HR 860. HR 861 is Alerting Localities of Environmental Risk and Threats Act of 2021. Now, I thought this one was interesting. You want to alert localities of Environmental Risk and Threats Act of 2021. So this is Representative Blunt Rochester, Lisa Blunt Rochester, Democrat at large, Delaware. This bill, listen to this, requires the owner of an or operator of a facility where hazardous chemicals are produced, used, or stored to hold a public meeting within 72 hours of the release of an extremely hazardous substance. What? So you just want people you just want them to alert people. Just let them know, not stop it, but just let them know that they're about to release extremely hazardous substances. Goes on to say the owner or operator must publish a notice in a local newspaper giving at least 24 hours of notice before the public meeting. Such notice must be posted at a local library, at local government buildings, and on the facility's public website. You just want them to just tell them, not stop this release of extremely hazardous substances. Just let people know you're doing it. Why? So they can leave their house? I don't know. What is that? What? Leave your house because we're about to release some hazardous substances into the atmosphere. We're about to dump in your water. Really? Keeping up with Congress, y'all. HR 861. HR 861. HR 862 is the Climate Action Planning for Ports Act of 2021. The Climate Action Planning for Ports Act of 2021. This bill is Representative Blunt Rochester again, Lisa Blunt Rochester, Democrat at large, Delaware. This bill authorizes the Environmental Protection Agency to award grants for developing climate action plans to reduce greenhouse gas emissions or other air pollutants at ports or port facilities, or implementing plans to reduce greenhouse gas emissions at one or more port or port facilities. So she seems to be concerned about the environment, but I need her to take her concern to the next level. I told you I do too take special interest in food, air, water, and land. Now we some things we just not gonna negotiate with, like food, air, water, and land. You gonna kill up some people? No. So I get Lisa. I just need her to turn it up a few notches. HR 863, the Arrest Statistics Reporting Act of 2021. The next 3 bills is introduced by the same legislator, Representative Brooks, Republican out of Alabama. He ain't playing with immigrants. This Arrest Statistics Report Act of 2021, this bill directs U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE, to annually issue a public report regarding the immigration status of certain arrested persons. So he wants a report on the immigration status of certain arrested persons. He got another bill. I'm gonna come back to it. Okay, so wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you about this, and we'll keep it moving. So the Arrest Statistics Reporting Act, it does 2 things. First, it requires that arrest reports already sent to the FBI by state and local governments include the best known immigration status of the arrestee. Second, it requires the federal government to publish illegal alien crime data in the FBI's annual crime reports. This data will better inform the public and lawmakers about illegal alien crime and help lawmakers make better decisions needed to protect American lives. He going in. He got another one, HR 864. This is the No Social Security for Illegal Aliens Act of 2021. Again, Representative Bruce, Republican out of Alabama. No Social Security for illegal aliens. He says he wants this bill. This bill prohibits an individual from collecting Social Security benefits based on wages and income earned for services illegally performed in the United States while the individual was an alien. He ain't playing, y'all. He ain't playing. The No Social Security for Illegal Aliens Act will prohibit the distribution of Social Security benefits to illegal aliens who perform unauthorized work in the United States. Demonstrating their contempt for American law, illegal aliens often use fraudulent Social Security numbers to flout current law, which forbids illegal aliens from receiving Social Security payments. Y'all, this man ain't playing. One more, y'all. Our last bill, the same legislator, Representative Brooks, Republican out of Alabama. HR 865 is the American Jobs First Act of 2021. This bill imposes additional requirements related to the H-1B non-immigrant visas and repeats various immigration-related programs. Y'all, he is not playing. He had 3 bills in a row. This third bill, the Americans Jobs First Act, it overhauls the H-1B visa program that too often harms American workers. The American Jobs First Act is aimed directly at combating American worker replacement, like the Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA, attempted last summer. As was widely reported, TVA planned to lay off at least 120 of its American technology workers with the intention of replacing them with lower cost foreign H-1B guest workers. So he is not playing about making America great and first. Representative Brooks, Republican out of Alabama, and we are at the half hour. I want to thank you. You know, I come to you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right here on YouTube, right here in these clubhouse streets, right here, keeping up with Congress. I told you we will not get reparations without negotiations. We have to be mindful that we need to know who these politicians are. We need to know the game they playing. We need to familiarize ourselves with, what kind of policies they pushing, because we're going to have to make friends. Politics make strange bedfellows. We're going to have to make friends if we're going to get reparations. You see the little girl on TikTok. I started out this broadcast. She's so delusional. She's so delusional. So those are the kind of things we have to fight on the outside, but we're going to have to fight on the inside as well, because there's a lot of people that think just like she does. So if we're going to get reparations, we got work to do. So I thank you. Today is Thursday. It's like my Friday. You won't see me back here until Monday at 5:00 p.m. I will be back with another Keeping Up with Congress, bringing you reparations information, bringing you bills. And we're going to keep walking through this until we get to Washington. This is preparation. This is our homework every day. Well, 4 days a week. This is our homework to make sure that when we get there, we are prepared. Robert says, I'm going to make it to the clubhouse this time. Yesterday, I had to try and make a family member with a technical thing. Yeah, come on over to Clubhouse, Robert, and talk. Please do. Thank you for joining me. I will see you back here Monday, y'all. Go to the website, make a donation, do what you can. Let's not wait to the last minute. I try not to be reactive. I'm always proactive, trying to get stuff done on the front end, not on the back end. I don't like the stress and the pressure. Y'all, we got monies to raise. We got a race to win. We got mailers and media. That's what we about to spend our money on. Keeping Up with Congress. I will see you back here on Monday. Go to the website, Tamara for Georgia.